Starting. Okay. Hello and welcome to Interviewed with Irene. I am your host, Irene Helenowski, and my guest today is Mr. Mike Paine, Chicago finest, who is a voiceover artist. So we will be talking a little about his work. Now, Mike, could we start with your background and how you got involved in voiceover work?
I started getting into voiceover work back in 1987 when I called a cable company in Dallas, Texas, suburban Dallas, Texas, and pretty much just asked if I could start recording. I knew nothing about recording anything. I had no experience. I was 17 years old, and I had the guy who did the commercials and produced the commercials just said, "Come on over," and we recorded. I did three of them, and then after that, the rest is history. And I got into radio in 1988, and have been doing it ever since then for 32 years now.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
thank you.
But you look so young.
Oh, thanks. I don't feel young, but I guess I look okay, so I'm doing something right.
So, where do you work? Like, do you have a studio and what type of equipment do you use?
I have a professional home studio set up, and I work the other 9 to 5, not the normal 9 to 5, because it's a lot quieter to record and a lot less distractions with telephone calls and street noise and lawn mowers and airplanes and stuff. So right now, starting about right now is my right now is about a normal time at night because it's easier. It's a lot easier, and it's
Yeah,
a lot less trouble for people to get their stuff, and it helps with international clients too because I work with people all over the world and in Europe and in Asia and Australia and all over the place, and so it's a 24-hour business now. It's not just the old days with the internet. It's everywhere, so it's good to be available as much as possible.
that is good. And so the internet, I imagine, makes it easier to work at home, of course. Like,
Oh, so
yeah,
much easier.
yeah.
Oh,
And we're both in Chicago, so how do you like working and living in our fine city?
I love it here actually because there's so much to do, and working the hours that I do, it's so much better to just be able to do stuff during the day. If I wanted to go to an afternoon Cubs game, or if wanted to see a movie or something without all the crowds, it's stuff like that makes it a lot more fun. For me anyway during the day. Plus, I've been doing this for you know I don't know years and years. Been working these hours, so it really helps.
That's nice. Any interesting projects you have now that you can talk about?
Yeah, I've done. I just wrapped up recording about 8 scripts or so tonight, and I still have more to do. And I'm always working on stuff every single day, pretty much. Well, stuff that I could talk about. I just did a few commercials for an Xbox game called Flutter Bombs, and that's on YouTube if you want to search Flutter Bombs trailer. You could probably find it that way, and I was the voice of the warrior. So that was fun, and a whole lot of other things. I do a lot of corporate stuff, a lot of explainer videos, whiteboard animation, book trailers, you name it. I've pretty much done it. So yeah, just about everything. Audiobooks, I'd like to do some more of those if I have time, which is hard to do because, between doing this and working the radio stuff, it's tough to find a lot of time to do extra stuff. So I'm trying.
Right, that's amazing. So, what kind of radio stuff do you do?
I program two radio stations. One is in Michigan City, Indiana, and the other one's in Benton Harbor, Michigan. And I record the news. I voice the news and produce the news and sports as well,
Oh,
and production as well. You know, the ads, I produce those. So a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything.
that's really amazing. So what other hobbies do you have?
Well, for fun, actually, my wife and I like to watch horror movies. That's one of the things we like to do. Go out to movies, go out to fun lunches and dinners at all the fun restaurants around here in Chicago, which is not
Oh,
hard to do. There's so many good ones,
right.
and it just basically relax. You know, the best part about to me having a hobby is relaxing. So it's fun to just relax and watch, you know, a scary movie or watch something funny, or you know, that to me is a fun time, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I love movies too.
Yeah.
Also on your Twitter account, those familiar with your Twitter know you really like soup. Can you
Oh, I should have mentioned that as one of my hobbies. Yeah, I have a problem loving soup. It's a big problem. I love any soup. I can't get enough soup. I don't care even if it's 95 degrees. I will take soup every single day. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, late night snack. Bring me soup. I will eat forever.
this, yeah. So you mentioned you're married. Could you talk a little bit about your family and where you came from?
Sure. I was born here at Holy Cross Hospital in Chicago
And,
many years ago. And I moved to Texas in '85 and then went to California for 6 months or so in the early '90s and then came back here. And I've been here since '92. Um, and I've been with my wife for just a little over 20 years, and we've been married since 2001. And you know, we live close to the big airport, the O'Hare Airport, and our little corner in the city, and we love it here, and it's fun.
oh, congratulations to
Thank you.
him. So what was the most interesting project you worked with out of the Xbox and the audiobooks? Is there one that really stands out?
Actually, the one that's probably the most memorable is I'm the voice of the largest Normandy tour in France, and it's an interactive audio video system. When they take the tour through France, through Normandy, through the beach, and through all of the landmarks, my voice is talking as well as with the video that's rolling in the vans and teaching everybody about the history of Normandy. And it's something that really it was an important thing for me to do really well. And someday I'd love to get out there and actually see how it looks, you know, just to see Normandy, but also to hear how it sounds, because that was one of my favorite projects ever, and that was a really fulfilling one. That one probably is about the top for me.
I would imagine now I would want to go then here too, and of course learn our history in that.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So any any plans for expanding, or you have a lot on your plate? But
Well, I'd like to think I can do more. I mean, I can always do more, I suppose. It's one of those things where it's like, well, let's do more, and then my voice is going at about the fifth hour. It's like, you know, that's enough tonight. Let's stop. I'd like to do more. Like I said, I'd like to do more audiobooks if there's time someday. You know, in the near future, maybe I could squeeze some in. But you know, with two full-time jobs, it's kind of tough to squeeze in extra time and still, you know, have time to watch some movies and have fun and relax and stuff. So I don't want to overdo it, but if there is time, I can squeeze something in. I will do it. I'm going to try. I can talk. I can talk for a long time.
That's amazing, and thank you for talking to me. Any advice for um people looking into voiceover work?
Absolutely. I think that I'm an example of if you go for it, you can get it. I mean, if I was a 17-year-old kid and got in the door, I mean, it's possible for everyone. It's not easy, and it's not it's just a simple, make $1 million and someone's going to hire you and you're going to be famous in one day. That's not going to happen. But you can make a living at it and you can have fun doing it. And that's the most important thing. This is at work to me. This is fun. I love doing this. I still love doing this all these years later. So that's the most important thing. And I say this a lot. You're giving someone's dream a voice. And that's the most important thing to remember. If you do something that for for example, an audiobook for an author, that there's nothing more fulfilling than that. So I think that's probably the best possible thing you can do is give somebody's dream a voice. And you can quote me on that one.
I will. I recorded it. Well, thank you so much for your time, and I'll let you get back to work.
Oh, no problem, Irene. Anytime. Thank you so much. And it's great to talk with you.
Thank you. Hope maybe we'll have you on a future episode too.
I'd love to. I'm in.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Irene.
Bye.